my friends. My name is Olivia and I'm going to take you through a gentle yoga practice today, really working on opening through the chest and releasing through the shoulders and through the hips. We're really going to focus on our breath as we just release into the postures. So I have two blocks that I'm going to use today. I have them stacked to begin with just for a little more stability. I'll show you how we can use those together and how we can use them apart. If you don't have a block, you can place the hands on the shins below the knees when we come into some of our folded positions. A small little stool could help in order to just give you a little bit of support as we come forward, just so that you can relax forward. And so we find that stretch, especially through the back of the body, as we come into some of our forward folded positions. So I have my mat lengthwise. I'm going to turn to the side and I'm going to give you a profile view of this. That way, if you have to look at me to kind of catch up or see where we are, you can just turn your head to the side rather than having to lift and hyperextend through the neck. So turn your mat lengthwise with me. We're going to find a comfortable standing position. I'm coming towards my blocks if you have them and if you can use them today. I'm going to release through the shoulders, maybe just a shoulder roll back and down. We just take a few breaths here just to begin to settle into our practice. Trying to release the mind of everything just outside of our mat right now and bringing our focus into the present, into our breath. Just focusing on where our body needs the movement today. A small roll of the shoulders up, back, and down so that the palms face forward. And maybe a gentle rocking forward and back on the feet. We want to find that grounding down through the four corners of our feet. So we rock back and forth, just so we start to draw awareness to where we ground down through. So rock back into the heels once more. Gently release the ball of the foot down, but keep the toes lifted so we can feel that pressure right under the big toe, right under the little toe, the pinky toe, and then through both corners of the heels. Relax the toes down and notice the engagement through the legs. Drawing that breath up right into the belly, right about the belly button. And we have strength and stability through the legs. And from the belly button all the way up through the crown of the head, finding that light lifted posture. Again, maybe a roll back with the shoulders. Taking 2 deep breaths here. Feeling that grounding down through the feet. Even flow of the breath in and out of the nose. On your next inhale, gently sweep the arms overhead. Then gently release the arms back to your side. Inhale, lifting the arms overhead. The arms travel up for the length of your inhale. When you need to exhale, start to sweep the arms back out to the side. Once more, sweeping the arms up and overhead. And then releasing the arms down to your side. Next time, we reach the arms overhead, and we're going to add in a forward fold. So we're going to start to reach the body up, out, and over, hinging at the waist, maybe landing the hands towards the block or maybe towards the shins if you need. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Gently bend your knees, tuck your pelvis under, and round up one backbone at a time. Lifting up, rounding the shoulders up, back, and down so the shoulders, the ribs, and the hips stack over each other for stability. Sweeping the arms overhead, reaching up, out, and over, nice and long through the body. Gently landing the hands either on the block, maybe towards the floor, towards the shins. Bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, round up one backbone at a time. Feel that engagement through the belly for stability and for strength. Once more, sweeping the arms overhead. Reaching the arms up, out, and over. tucking the chin to look at the knees. Bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, round up one backbone at a time. Slowly rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. One more deep breath here, just grounding down into the practice. Changing up our sequence just a bit, reaching the arms up and overhead. Maybe a gaze up towards the hands. Cactus the arms as you exhale, opening through the chest. Bring the arms overhead and reach forward as we fold. Relaxing the head down, tucking the chin to look at the knees. Maybe a small flat back here, a small lift, lengthening out through the spine. And folding forward as we exhale, tucking the chin to look towards the knees. Bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, round up one backbone at a time. Feel the backbone stack as we lift up, shoulders rolling up, back, and down. Again, inhale, lift up. Cactus the arms, we bring them out like goalposts, elbows stopping about shoulder height, opening the chest, reaching for the ceiling, head in a neutral position. Reaching up, out, and over. Legs are straight, but the knees have a micro bend, a softness to them. Bend the knees a bit bigger here, round up one backbone at a time. Shoulders coming up, back, and down. Two more, sweeping up. Cactus as you exhale. Feel the length of your body as you reach up, out and over as we breathe out, gently landing the hands where they need to, tucking the chin towards the chest. Flattening out the back as we inhale. Folding forward as we exhale. Bending the knees, tucking the pelvis, rounding up one backbone at a time. Shoulders coming up, back, and down. Last time with this sequence here before we change up. Cactus exhale. Reach up, out, and over, lifting and folding, hinging at the waist. Exhale, tuck the chin to look at the knees. Flatten out the back as we inhale. Fold forward as we exhale. Bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, round up one backbone at a time. Shoulders up, back, and down, palms facing forward. Again, that engagement through the belly, stacked through the spine as we breathe in. Exhale, releasing through the shoulders. One more breath here. Sweeping the arms gently up and overhead. Bringing the arms slightly back and behind. So I'm going to turn the palms to face towards the back of the room if that feels okay. Arms coming slightly behind. Sweeping the arms up and overhead. Cactusing the arms here. Opening through the chest once more. Reaching for the ceiling and reaching forward as we fold. I'm going to take my blocks down, just bringing it to one block at its lowest level. You take yours where you need. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, relax forward, tucking the chin towards the knees. Bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, and round up one backbone at a time. Shoulders coming up, back, and down. Sweep the arms overhead. Remain standing, sweep the arms out to the side, slightly back and behind, feeling that stretch through the front of the arms, through the chest, reaching overhead. Cactusing the arms once more, reaching for the ceiling, reaching up, out, and over as you fold. Tucking the chin to look towards the knees in that full forward fold, flattening out the back, gazing at the toes, or towards the block. Exhale and fold forward, tucking the chin, looking at the knees. Bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, round up one backbone at a time. Slowly growing to the top, shoulders up, back, and down. Reach for the ceiling. Sweep the arms out and open. Reaching the arms overhead. Cactus here, exhale. Reach for the ceiling and reach forward as we fold. Exhale, relax the chin towards the chest. Flattening out the back as we inhale. folding forward as we exhale. Bending the knees, tucking the pelvis, softening through the body, but then feeling that growth through as we lift up, out, and over. Sweep the arms overhead. Sweep the arms straight back out to the side. Again, soften through the knees just a little. Make sure we're grounded down through the feet. Sweep the arms overhead and reach the arms out to the side. Reach towards the ceiling. Sweep the arms out and open, still in that standing position. Reach towards the ceiling. Cactus the arms. Exhale. Reach up towards the ceiling. This time, if it feels okay in the back, swan dive the arms, bracing through the belly so the arms come out to the side. They can land on the block, on the floor, on the shins as you need. Flatten out the back as we inhale here. Fold forward as we exhale. Again, flattening out the back, maybe decreasing the range that we travel. Exhale and fold. Once more, flatten out the back, maybe a smaller range here if that feels okay for your body. Folding forward. This time we bend both knees. We lower the hips like we're going to sink into a chair. We're going to look forward and sweep the arms up and overhead, coming to a full standing position. Sweeping the arms out to the side as we exhale. Sweeping the arms overhead as we inhale. Cactusing in our standing position, exhale. Reach the arms overhead. Swan diving forward, bracing through the belly, lifting up, out, and over, keeping our head in more of a neutral position. Relaxing the hands to the floor of the block or the shins, gazing at the knees, flatten out the back, inhale. So maybe a bigger travel up here. Exhale, relax down. Maybe you can take the hands a bit lower, either changing the level with your block or bringing your hands towards your mat. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, tucking the chin to look at the knees. Flatten out the back, nice and long through the spine, neutral position with the neck. Folding forward as we exhale. This time, soften the knees, bend the knees, lower the hips like you're going to sink into your chair. Reach the arms up and overhead, lift towards the ceiling, sweeping the arms out and open. Once more, flowing through, reaching for the ceiling, cactusing the arms here. Exhale. Reach towards the ceiling, bracing the belly, swan diving forward. Exhale. Keeping the head nice and neutral, tucking the chin to look towards the knees. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Traveling less of that distance as we inhale. Folding forward as we exhale. Once more, flat back. Forward fold. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Look towards the front of the room or towards in front of you. Sweep the arms up and overhead and reach towards the ceiling. Sweep the arms out to the side. This time we hold in each position. We're going to sweep the arms up and overhead. Sweep the arms slightly back and behind. Palms start to face behind you. Lift through the chest. So we're feeling that opening across the chest from shoulder to shoulder. We feel that release or that stretch down into the arms, working some strength through the shoulders. Breathing through here. Gently starting to sweep the arms up and overhead, keeping the knees soft. We're going to cactus the arms here. Exhale, bringing the elbows down to shoulder height. Reach for the ceiling as we inhale. Exhale, so I'm creating a very small back bend through the upper part of the back, through the shoulders, reaching for the ceiling. This time, cactus the arms and hold in this position. Relaxing through the jaw, opening through the chest. So again, I feel that from shoulder to shoulder along the chest. I feel that stretch up through the forearm, or the upper part of the arm to the elbow. feeling the opening through the hands, reaching towards the ceiling as I inhale, bringing the arms out to the side as I fold forward and exhale. Playing with the distance of your block here, with the height of your block, inhale to a flat back. Exhale and fold forward. Hold in this forward fold, one full breath. Gaze at the knees. Again, inhale to flat back. Maybe traveling part of that distance. Folding forward as we exhale. Maybe you can adjust the height of the block. Maybe it needs to come up higher. Maybe it can go lower. Flatten out through the back as we inhale. Folding forward as we exhale. Tuck the chin slightly to gaze towards the knees so we relax through the back of the neck. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Breathing in through the length of the legs, so feeling that from the soles of the feet, up the legs, all the way into the glutes and the hips. Relaxing the chest towards the thighs. Gently bending through the knees, lowering both hips, looking towards the front of the room. This time, if you can, if you have your block, bring it with you. Slowly sweeping it up in front, lifting up and overhead. So remain in your same position. I'm going to show you the front view here. We lift up, exhale, just a small side bend to the right side, using the block to keep the arms at shoulder width. Inhale, bracing through the belly, lifting back up. Exhale, over to the other side. Back to center. Good. I'm going to show you again that profile. We're going to exhale over to the right side. Back to center, left side, small bend, back to center. Reach that block up, out, and over one more time, keeping the head nice and neutral. Relaxing the block towards the floor at whatever level, whatever height you need. One flat back as we inhale, fold forward as we exhale, tucking the chin to look towards the knees. Bend both knees. We're going to round up one backbone at a time, but bring your block with you. Gently dragging it up the body as we come to our standing position. Then flip the fingers to point towards the ceiling, reaching the block up and overhead, side bending to the right side. Center inhale. Left side, exhale. Just feeling the length through the opposite side of the body. Bracing the belly to come back to center. Reaching up, out, and over as we fold. So just flowing through these motions here. Tucking the chin to look at the knees. Flattening out the back. With or without the block as needed. Folding forward. A little bend in the knees. Tucking the pelvis. Round out one backbone at a time. Just dragging that block up your body, flipping the fingers, pressing up towards the ceiling, reaching up, out, and over. Again, exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale to the center. Left side. To the center. Reaching up, out, and over into your fold. Flattening out through the back, inhale. Folding forward, exhale. Bending the knees, tucking the pelvis, rounding up one backbone at a time. Slowly coming up to the top of your back. Reaching the block straight up overhead. And then just bringing that block down to heart center, arms in a prayer position, but the block in between. Inhale, reach for the ceiling. Again, I'm going to show you from the front view here. You can stay side on and just turn your head. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer position. Feel that opening through the chest, reaching towards the ceiling. Once more, hands coming down to a prayer position. Hold here. Relaxing the shoulders. Shoulders away from the ears, belly engaged. Inhale. Gently turn your head to the right side as you exhale. Bringing it back to center as you inhale. arms up and overhead. And just sweeping the block in front as we exhale. And turning back onto that profile, we're going to do that one more time. Slide the block up your body. Reach towards the ceiling. Bring the hands to prayer position as you exhale. Nice big inhale. Turn your head to the right side as you exhale. To the center as you inhale. Left side, exhale. Center, inhale. Reach that block up towards the ceiling. Remain standing and just sweep the block in front. And we're going to start to transition down to the floor. We can bring the block up and overhead, just sweeping straight up in front, hinging up, out, and over as we fold forward. So if this transition down is a bit too much for you, you can just come from a standing position down onto all fours. If you can, we're going to come into a flat back position here. We're going to fold forward, tucking the chin to look towards the knees. Flatten out the back one more time. So a small lift here. I'm going to step my feet back just a bit, coming almost into a downward facing dog, and gently bend your knees and just land the knees down onto your mat. So we can keep the block here, right between the hands to keep the arms at shoulder distance apart. We're going to brace through the belly and lengthen out through the spine. Nice and long here, just relaxing the tops of the feet down. Knees are hip width apart, arms are shoulder width apart. And again, we want a little bend into the elbows, keeping them soft. Lengthening out through the spine. We're going to arch the back towards the ceiling into cat stretch. Exhale, arch up, tuck the pelvis in, press the spine towards the ceiling. Come into a nice neutral position with the spine. And if it feels okay in the back, a small sway, pushing the pelvis back and gazing in front of you. Exhale, arch up, pressing the spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, neutral position with the spine and a small dip into the pelvis. Feel that stretch through the belly. Arch up as we exhale. Nice neutral position. Into the hips, and then swaying back. Once more, arching up towards the ceiling. Neutral position with the back, so a tabletop, and then a small release back. Now we're going to come back onto all fours, or that tabletop position. You can curl the toes under if it feels okay here. This is just going to give us a little stretch through the sole of the foot. If that's too much through the feet, you can keep them flat. Whatever feels best for you, but that bracing through the belly is very important. Nice, straight, neutral spine. Lengthen through the spine as we inhale, and as we exhale, just gently press your hips back towards your heels. So if the toes are curled under, we'll start to feel that stretch into the sole of the foot as much as we feel it right along through the quadricep muscle, our thigh muscle, that front thigh. Inhale, come back up onto all fours. We're going to arch the back towards the ceiling, cat stretch. Nice and neutral spine. And press the hips back towards the heels. Exhale. Tabletop position. Inhale. Arch the back towards the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale, neutral spine. Hips towards your heels. Exhale. 2 more. Tabletop. Inhale. Arch the back towards the ceiling. Exhale. Neutral spine. Inhale. Press the hips back towards the heels as we exhale. Neutral spine. Tabletop. Inhale. Arch towards the ceiling. Exhale. Tabletop. Inhale. Hips to heels. Exhale. Now we're just going to hold in this position here. I don't want you to force the hips back, but But I want you to breathe into that stretch through the sole of your foot. Breathe in through the length of the arms, just keeping them in the same position. We'll adjust them here in just a moment. But just relax the hips down. Feel that contraction into the hip flexor. So where the leg and the torso meet, we feel that contraction into the muscle. Stretch through the sole of the foot. And then we're going to come back up onto all fours, bracing through the belly. This time we can release the tops of the feet, just relaxing through the upper part of the back. I'm going to move the block from the front just a little. So I'm going to take my right hand and I'm just going to walk it forward about a palm's length. So left arm, wrist, elbow, shoulder all in line. Elbow just a little bit soft. Right arm coming in front just a tiny bit. About a palm's length. Nice big inhale from a neutral spine. As you exhale, arch the back towards the ceiling, tucking the chin towards the chest, and then maybe just a small press up through that right shoulder, turning the head to the right side slightly, bringing everything back to a neutral position into tabletop. Again, we arch up towards the ceiling, driving down through that right hand especially, lifting up through the right shoulder blade, maybe a small turn of the head, bringing the head and then the torso back to center. Once more, just a small arch up towards the ceiling. And if it feels okay, gently turning the head towards the right, chin towards the right shoulder. Head comes back to center. Nice big inhale. And then press your hips back towards your heels as you exhale. So we can come into more of a child's pose here, bringing the feet together if it feels okay. I'm just going to relax my left arm down, the right arm that was in front. I'm going to inhale and exhale, maybe drive that arm forward just a bit more and relax my forehead down towards the mat. So if it doesn't quite reach here, a block, or you can make a fist with the left hand and just breathe into the length of the right arm. From the tip of the middle finger on the right hand, all the way through the palm, through the forearm, through the upper arm, into the armpit, and down the right rib cage. Relax here. One more deep breath. Releasing the left arm if you had it in front, pressing into the left arm, coming back up onto all fours, bringing the hands shoulder width apart, even with each other, and then just adjusting through the legs. Relaxing through the knees. Last little bit here on our knees, and then we'll come to our seated position. So the elbows start soft. 3 cat-cow movements here just to reset, realign everything. Take time to breathe. Lengthen through the spine as we inhale. Arch the back towards the ceiling as we exhale. Tucking the pelvis towards the collarbone. Lengthen out the spine. And then releasing through the back, through the hips, stretching through the belly. Arching the back towards the ceiling as we exhale. Nice neutral position with the spine as we inhale, and a small sway to release through the hips. Again, arching up. Nice neutral position with the spine. Sway if it feels right. Coming back into a neutral position. This time I'm going to take my left hand forward, again, just about a palm's length or a hand distance in front, so that maybe the wrist, the heel of the hand is in line with the fingers on the right side, but my arms are still shoulder width apart. Nice big inhale, lengthening through the spine. Arching the back towards the ceiling, cat stretch. Pressing down through the left hand, lifting up through the left shoulder blade, and maybe a small turn of the head. Inhale, everything comes back to that tabletop position. Gaze comes down between the hands. Exhale, arch up, driving down through the left hand, up through the left shoulder. Nice neutral position as we inhale. Once more, exhale, arching into that cat stretch, that head turn if it feels okay. Nice neutral position with the spine. And then pressing the hips back towards the heels. Adjusting the feet here if it feels okay. Taking the knees wider. Relaxing into the right arm. Nice big inhale. Exhale, reaching the left arm forward maybe a little bit more. Wherever I need to take it, wherever you need to take it, to feel that length and the stretch all the way down the left arm. Again, a block can come to the forehead if the forehead doesn't quite reach the floor, or maybe making a small fist with the right hand, reaching the left arm overhead, feeling that from the middle finger on the left arm all the way through the length of the body, to the length of the arm, down the torso and the left rib cage, breathing through. Inhale. And exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Gently releasing the right arm. Gently coming back up onto all fours. Bringing the hands shoulder width apart. Knees come out once more. Final 3 cat-cow stretches here. Arching the back towards the ceiling as we exhale. Inhale, neutral spine, small sway. Gentle arch up. Inhale, neutral, and that small sway. Once more, arching towards the ceiling. Neutral position. Up onto all fours. We're going to gently come into a seated position so you can lower down onto the right hip, left hip, wherever you need to. And we're going to bring the legs around in front. Just gently bringing the blocks towards the side. So working to lengthen through the legs once more, lifting through the torso. So feeling the shoulders, the ribs, and the hips stack. Relaxing into your legs as much as you can with the feet flexed. Relax through the shoulders, find the lift through the chest. Arms gently come to the side. We're going to sweep the arms up and overhead, maybe a gaze towards the ceiling. Opening the arms slightly out to the side. Lifting towards the ceiling. And reaching up, out, and over into a forward fold. We reach towards the feet, then we never have to touch them. But we want to find that length, lifting up, out, and over, and feeling the length of our legs. So you may feel more into your forward fold when we come into a seated forward fold here than when we come into a standing forward fold, because we can't cheat by pushing our weight back into our heels. Legs stay nice and long. Inhale, gently rounding up one backbone at a time. And we don't cheat on purpose, it's just the body. The body tends to modify and accommodate. Fingers out to the side. Lift up and overhead. Sweep the arms out and open to the side. Remain standing, just feeling that sweep and the opening through the chest. Reach towards the ceiling as we inhale and reach forward as we exhale. Again, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the chest towards the thighs, letting gravity assist and just work here. Gently coming back to our seated position. Shoulders coming up, back and down. This time, sweep the arms overhead. Sweep out and open to the side. Relax the fingertips down and breathe here. Again, finding as much distance from the right shoulder to the left shoulder, from the left to the right, opening through the chest, lifting, breathing. And it's definitely work strengthening through the back here. One more deep breath. Gently sweep the arms up and overhead and reach the arms up, out, and over as we fold, tucking the chin towards the chest. Relax the shoulders. Again, where the arms come towards the feet is not as important as making sure the legs are straight as we can get them. The feet are flexed and we're feeling that stretch through the back of the body. Inhale, slowly rounding up one backbone at a time. Shoulders coming up, back, and down. Now I'm going to turn and face you. You stay just side on where you are. We're going to open through the right side. So I'm going to bend my right leg, just bringing it in as close as I can that my hips are still facing forward. So we're going to add in some forward fold, getting a little bit of that hip release and opening through the right side. So lift up through the chest, round the shoulders back and down. Nice tall posture, everything stacked. Fingertips can come out to the side. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Reach the body up, out, and over into our fold, keeping the shoulders square, keeping the hips square, and letting the hands land wherever they will. We can add a small flat back in here. Fold forward, maybe a little bend through the elbows. 2 more times, flowing with our breath as we inhale, maybe a small flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and fold. Gently releasing the chin towards the chest and just rounding up one backbone at a time. Slowly growing to the top, shoulders up, back, and down. My right shoulder wanted to come up higher than my left. Inhale, arms up. Cactus here, exhale. Reach for the ceiling. Reach up, out, and over, exhale. Again, 3 flat backs. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Chest towards the thigh as we exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath just in this fold. Gently tucking the chin, rounding up one backbone at a time. And we'll notice on that chin tuck that shoulders back. We may intensify that stretch. Shoulders up, back, and down. Hands out to the side. One more time, sweep up. Cactus. Reach for the ceiling. Reach up, out, and over as we fold. Hips square, shoulders square. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold. Once more, flatten out through the back. Fold forward. Now if that flow feels good, you can continue with it or just hold in this fold for 3 more breaths. Feeling your inhale, releasing your chest, relaxing the back of the body through the legs, through the back as we fold. One more deep breath here. Full exhale. Gently tucking the chin. Walk your hands in, rounding up one backbone at a time, or bringing the back up a little more flat position. Whichever is more comfortable, roll the shoulders back and down. I'm going to come back into a profile for you, and we're going to reset through the hips. So we're going to bring both legs together. Arms come out to the side. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Sweep out to the side just to open through that chest one more time. Inhale, reach for the ceiling. Reach up, out, and over, coming into our forward fold. Relaxing the hands wherever they will fall. You can add in a flat back if that feels right on the inhale, folding forward on the exhale. Flattening out through the back as we breathe in, folding as we breathe out. Again, just if that feels right for you, flat back, forward fold. 2 breaths right here in this fold. Thinking of resetting through the hips, relaxing the chest towards the thighs, and breathing. Gently starting to bring yourself back up to a seated position. Perfect. We're going to do the same thing with the left leg. Left leg is going to come into the side. Again, I'll show you from the front. And I'm going to use a block here simply because I'm still recovering from my hip surgery. And so I have that limited range of motion through the hip. So just guarding through a little more here. So I will not fold as far forward here for you. You take that fold as deep as you need to. I'll just adjust the position because I'm respecting the healing in my body. Arms come out to the side. Gently sweep the arms overhead and reach forward as you exhale, allowing the hip to open up, relaxing the chest forward. Inhale, flat back. Forward fold, flat back, forward fold, flat back, and forward fold. Shoulders, hips facing the top of your mat, facing head on. A small tuck of your chin, maybe a rounding up through the back or walking the hands in, coming back to our seated position. Squaring up once more with the shoulders and the hips. Inhale, sweep up and overhead. Exhale and reach forward. Lengthening through the spine. Relaxing into the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale and exhale. Slowly coming back to your seated position, shoulders up, back and down. And just so I don't shortchange you, again, we're going to sweep the arms overhead. Cactus the arms here. Exhale. Reach for the ceiling. Cactus the arms again. Exhale. Reach for the ceiling. Cactus once more. Reaching for the ceiling. And reaching up, out, and over as we exhale, relaxing the shoulders. Adding in the flat back if it feels right for you. Forward fold. Flattening out the back. So how do we know if it feels right? Exhale, fold. I feel the hips start to open up, but nothing causes pain, especially in the joint. Just relaxing forward here. Never any pain. We can get uncomfortable with our stretches, but nothing is ever painful. Muscles we feel lengthening and stretch. Gently coming back to your seated position. Shoulders coming up, back, and down. Once more, I'm going to switch and show you that profile view. Extending the legs out long. Lifting through the chest. Arms come out to the side. Sweep the arms overhead. Sweep them out and open to the side. Chest opening once more. Inhale, sweeping towards the ceiling and reaching forward into our forward fold. Now, if you have a lot of flexibility in your forward fold, another option we have is to use the block to reach around the block. Kind of finding more depth into our fold. I find length through the body. We can inhale into a flat back. Now, this is just an option. Exhale and fold forward, relaxing the head down. Inhale, flat back. Folding forward. We want to make sure that we use the block as a prop, as a tool. Inhale, lift. That will help us relax into it. Exhale, fold. Not something that I'm going to use to muscle into the position anymore. I still want to find as much release into a position as I can. Gently releasing the block if you have it. Coming up to our seated position, nice and tall. Shoulders coming back and down. Okay. So we're going to bend through the knees. Soles of the feet can rest down. We're going to modify into our boat position here. So we want to settle into the hips. We're going for that engagement through the belly. So from about the bottom of the rib cage or the sternum all the way down towards the pelvis. We're going to lift through the chest and then bring the upper body back. Maybe about a 45-degree angle or so. Hands can reach out in front. Now you can take whichever variation you want to into this boat position, or we can keep the feet grounded here. We're going to do 3 sets total. Nice big inhale. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders back and down. 2 more breaths. Feel that engagement through the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lifting and lengthening through the torso. As we exhale, bring yourself forward and then just gently round over onto the legs. Releasing through the back, releasing through the belly here. So we're going to come into that again 2 more times. You can keep the feet grounded. You can lift both feet up off the floor. I'm going to show you a variation, just lifting 1 foot at a time for the next 2 sets. Gently lift back to center. Bring the upper body back. Feel that engagement. So coming back about a 45-degree angle. Of course, we're not measuring here. Relaxing through the shoulders so I feel that engagement. Hands can reach in front. And we can gently lift 1 or both feet. Just lifting up here and breathing. Finding the length of our breath. Relaxing the shoulders, feeling the engagement through the core. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Once more. As we exhale, we're gently going to land 1 or both feet if you have them lifted. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release forward, bringing yourself forward, and just relaxing into your fold. 1 more time. Again, you can keep both feet grounded. Both feet can lift up, or we can lift up just 1 leg, the opposite leg than we lifted last time. Taking your position of choice. Lengthening through the spine as we inhale, bringing the upper body back about a 45-degree angle as we exhale. Gently starting to reach the arms in front, and then taking 1 or both feet off the floor, switching legs if you choose for that 1-legged option. Breathing here. Feel the engagement. The shoulders are relaxed. The work is in the core and in the back. But the breath is flowing freely, concentrated, steady. 1 more deep breath here. As you exhale, gently landing through the foot, 1 or both. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring the upper body forward and just relax. Gently coming back to our seated position. We're going to come down onto our back. We're going to get ready for a bridging position. Now you can keep your blocks close by if you want to use them as we move into our final resting pose. We're just going to relax down here, releasing through the hips. So feet come about hip width apart, heels in towards your glutes just as close as is comfortable. We're going to relax through the shoulders. Try to rest the palms of your hands down right about the hips. We find length through the spine. We brace through the belly. We're going to start with that lifting into our bridge. So as we inhale, we start to lift up through the pelvis, through the low back, through the mid back, upper back, lifting as high as we can and then gently lowering right back down. Pressing into the shoulders and into the feet. As we inhale, find that lift. Lifting up as high as we can, feeling that contraction through the back of the body and releasing back down. Inhale as we lift. Exhale as we lower. 2 more, flowing with your breath, lifting as high as you can on that inhale. When it's time to exhale, we start to lower down. 1 more time. Feel that opening and that lengthening from the knees all the way up to the collarbone. Gently releasing down. Holding here, taking a breath or 2. If you can manage, we're going to bring the heels in towards the glutes just a little bit more. Knees are still straight up towards the ceiling, so I don't want to come in and have the knees either flaring out or in. They're going to come straight up towards the ceiling. Hands, fingers are reaching down towards the feet as much as we can. Palms down, pressing into the shoulders and into the feet to find our lift and opening. We inhale, lift up. Exhale and lower down. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. Inhale, lift. Feel that opening through the body. Exhale and lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale and lower. Once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale and lower. Taking another breath here or 2. Relaxing the hips down, relaxing through the shoulders, relaxing through the hands. Then maybe drawing one or both knees in towards the chest. You can add a small rock from side to side to release through the back. Just releasing through here. And gently releasing the feet back down towards the mat. You can release into a reclined bound angle if that feels right, with the soles of the feet together and the knees out just for that inner thigh opening. We could place the blocks under the thighs if we needed to, or if that felt right for you. If that's too much through the low back, we can bring the knees together and just extend one leg out and then the other. Just finding your comfortable position to begin to relax into. Creating that space and length through the body. Allowing the mind and the body to settle. Releasing through the chatter, the mind and the body. And just adjusting your position to one where you can find some rest and some quiet. If it feels okay, you can gently tuck the chin towards the chest. And just breathe into the base of the skull. And maybe gently bring the chin towards each shoulder, just a small movement. Just massaging through the back of the head. And as we massage to the back of the head, just finding that release into the back of the head, to the neck. And you can continue that as long as it feels good. Maybe holding the head to one side or the other if you need to breathe into a particular side of your neck. Or just gently coming back into the center where you need. Focusing on your breath. Feeling the breath enter and leave the body. Feeling the settling into the shoulders and into the hips. Focusing on breathing from the right shoulder across the chest and collarbones into the left shoulder, from the left shoulder into the right. Feeling the expansion of the breath side to side through the shoulders. Gently breathe into the hips. Again, from the right hip across the pelvis to the left. The left hip across the pelvis to the right. Breathe. And that opening across the chest, across the hips. Gently letting that radiate through the rest of your body. Gentle flow of breath in and out. Creating a cleansing breath through. Cleansing the body with each exhale. Feeding with each inhale. Sweeping, nourishing breath in and out of the body. Feeling the breath cycle through the body. Breathing in and out. Allowing rest to enter in. Tending to your inhale and your exhale. Once again, maybe gently bring your chin towards each shoulder, just massaging through the back of the head and the base of the skull. Breathing in the full length of your torso. gently rolling to your right side when you're ready. Knees gently coming in towards the chest. Right arm as a pillow. Breathing and resting. Just gently drawing your awareness into remaining rested, but finding that gentle awakening state. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Deep breath in, and on your next exhale, gently pressing to your seated position. Eyes can remain closed. An easy seated pose for you. Finding length through the torso, release through the shoulders. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Full breath in and out. Thank you, my friends, for allowing me to guide you through a practice today. Take a few more moments, maybe just to breathe.